In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Garmin Approach G80 and talking about whether or not it's worth picking up. So what we're covering in this video are my first impressions, what it actually does, how it performed, the pros and cons, and also the best place to pick it up. But I will just mention our gear giveaway. If you want to enter in to our 100, 500, and 1000 subscriber giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment giveaway down below. Simply do those three things and you'll be automatically entered. So let's start with my first impression. So this is Garmin's high-end golf GPS, and it is pretty cool because it also comes with a launch monitor on it. Garmin have always produced good GPS devices, but with the steep price tag, I actually was super curious to see how the launch monitor would actually perform, because some of them I've tried in the past that are kind of like a launch monitor, or even like a launch monitor, a combo with something else. A lot of them haven't been very accurate, and there's really no point in having them. So I definitely was curious to see, because this had such a big, a definite bigger price tag on it. I was definitely really curious to see how it actually performed. But what features does it actually have? So the first thing I always look at with these devices is how easy they are to use. I don't like complicated devices, and was definitely glad to see this one being super simple to get started. All you really have to do is put the device close to your ball, take a swing, and then it's going to show you your data in real time, like your club speed, your ball speed, your tempo, shot distance, and that kind of thing. It's also preloaded with over 41,000 courses worldwide. It's going to give you distance to pretty much everything on the course. So pretty much about like 80% or so of the courses I generally go to are on it. The ones that weren't were kind of like the smaller courses, like the par 68s, that kind of thing. There was one of them, it was a par 68, wasn't on it. But pretty much all the full-size main courses I go to were definitely on it. And it's going to show you distances to different things on the course, like bunkers, creeks, all this different kind of stuff. You can pretty much touch a point, and then it's going to tell you the exact distance to it. So it is pretty cool. But how accurate was the GPS? So in my experience, the G80 does a great job at showing the entire hole and giving the distance to pretty much any point on the hole. It is quite easy to read in sunlight. Some of them aren't, so it's definitely nice to see that. But the graphics are a lot better than the previous G30 if you have used that. Definitely a step up, and I was definitely glad to see that. The accuracy was just as good as pretty much any other Garmin GPS out there, and the feature I did like most was being able to pinpoint any point on the hole to see the distance. So you can basically just point to any point on the hole, as you can see in the picture there. And it will tell you the distance to that, so it definitely is really helpful. But how accurate was the launch monitor? And I have tried a lot of the launch monitors over the years, anywhere from like $300 to $3,000, and some have been a lot better than others. Now the G80 records your club and ball speed, and also your backswing and downswing time, and then it takes that information and it's going to calculate the other stats, like smash factor and all this other type of stuff. I found the accuracy with my short irons and driver to be great. Really close to being spot on. Obviously they weren't perfect, but anywhere from like 3 to 5 yards, somewhere in there. And then my long irons were a little bit more off, generally about 5 to 7 yards off with my long irons. But as for the short irons and the driver, it was very close. It also has practice and target mode as well, which is cool. Basic practice mode is pretty self-explanatory. You take practice swings, and it's going to tell you, all your stats, that kind of stuff. Target mode is pretty cool. Basically, you're going to put a target distance. You take like 10 shots or whatever, and then it's going to tell you how close you actually came to it. So it definitely is, it makes it more challenging, it makes it more fun, and when it's more fun, you end up practicing more, and that can, result in you getting better. But how does it compare to other models on the market? So were there similar devices I like less in this one? And the Voice Caddy SC300, the Garmin Approach CT10, and the Zepp Golf 2 were all models that I did like less than this, so I do believe that the G80 is better than those three. Were there similar devices I like more? Other than like the more expensive units, obviously some of the more expensive units are quite a bit better. The device I'd probably recommend is the Arcus Caddy Smart Sensors, because they are a bit cheaper and do pretty much the same thing. They're the ones I mainly use, and have great results and accuracy and all that kind of stuff with it. But what I like about this is both the GPS and launch monitor were fairly accurate. The graphics and materials were high quality, and I did find it to be a lot easier to use than a lot of the other devices on the market. What I don't like, it's quite expensive. If you just want a GPS, this is probably not going to be for you. There are cheaper ones on the market that are just, basically the same thing, just without the launch monitor. And there are cheaper options to do pretty much the same thing. Like I was saying, the Arcus Caddy smart sensors, those are my favorite, but definitely the G80 is a solid device. It just pretty much has a steep price tag, and that's kind of why I might recommend something else. But overall, it definitely is really solid. The breakdown performance score, I'll give it a 9, price score 6, ease of use 9, my personal score an 8, which is pretty solid. Frequently asked questions, so does it come with a clip? Yes, it comes with a cart clip and also a carabiner to attach to your bag. Are the courses in my area on it? About 80% of the courses in my area were on it. The ones that weren't were kind of smaller courses. And then, is there a better GPS on the market? So the Garmin G8 is pretty much the same thing but cheaper. It doesn't have a launch monitor, and that's why it is cheaper. But is it worth it? Taking into account all the pros, all the cons, I would say if you are in the market for a GPS and launch monitor, and you do have the spare cash, this could be a great option for you. It's built well, it is accurate, and it's pretty simple to use. It is one of the more expensive GPS units on the market, and that's kind of why I prefer the Arcus Caddy smart sensors. So I will leave links down below for either of them so you can go check out the current price. But if you would like to see more images or reviews of any of the mentioned products, or you want to get any of them for the lowest price available, click the link in the description down below. At the time of the video, that was the best place I could find it, so you can go ahead and check out the current price if you want. And if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And that's going to be it for the video. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.